Welcome to the MS-Perspektive podcast, Perspective with a K as I'm German. I'm Nele van Horsten, MS patient, patient advocate and author. I'm bringing you interviews, inspiration and information about living with multiple sclerosis and show you ways how you can positively influence the disease and make the best out of your diagnosis. On ms-perspektive.com you will find the show notes, 11 free tips as a PDF and lots of other information. And now the show begins. Thanks for tuning in again and welcome to episode number 75, Decoding the EDSS score, how it's measured and what it means. The Expanded Disability Status Scale, EDSS for short, is a key tool used by neurologists to measure how multiple sclerosis affects your body. Understanding the EDSS can help you gain insights into your condition and assist in making informed decisions about your treatment. In this episode, I'll simplify the EDSS, explaining how it assesses 8 key functions, from reflexes and balance to vision and mental health. Whether you are new to MS or have been managing it for years, this guide will help you navigate the EDSS and its role in your care. Keep listening to learn more. Understanding the EDSS assessment. The EDSS, Expanded Disability Status Scale, measures the impact of MS on different areas of your body. A neurologist or a team, like at the MS Center in Dresden, Germany, will check 8 key functions and score each one on a scale from 1 to 9. Here, I'll explain these areas and provide some examples of what is assessed. 1. Pyramidal system. Reflexes in areas like your biceps, triceps, and knees. Strengths in your limbs, for example testing the shoulder muscles or finger movements. Ability to stand on one leg, walk on tiptoes or on your heels. Joint mobility and checking for stiffness, spasticity in arms or legs. Overall movement and coordination. 2. Cerebellar function. Balances issues like walking with a wide and unstable gait, ataxia. Tremors such as head shaking. The Romberg test, which checks balance with your feet together and eyes closed. 3. Brainstem function. Eye movement issues, nystagmus, where the eyes might shake. Facial pain, trigeminal neuralgia affecting different parts of the face. Swallowing difficulties, dysphagia. 4. Sensory function. Limit sign, a feeling of electric shocks when bending your neck. Reduced vibration sense using a tuning fork on joints to test sensation. Decreased sensitivity to touch or pressure. 5. Bowel and bladder function. Issues with urination like urgency or incontinence. Sexual dysfunction. 6. Visual function. Vision problems such as blind spots or reduced sharpness that can't be corrected with glasses. 7. Cerebral mental function. Mood changes like depression or unusual euphoria, chronic fatigue. 8. Walking ability. The distance you can walk without needing to rest, your walking speed and whether you need any aids like a cane. EDSS scoring. Each of these areas is scored from 1 to 9 based on how well you can function. These scores are combined to give your overall EDSS score, which can change over time. For example, during an MS relapse, your score might be higher, but it can improve once the symptoms ease. The EDSS scale ranges from 1 to 10 in 0.5 increments. Here are some examples. 0.0, normal neurological exam, no disability. 1.5, no disability but minor issues in more than one area. 3.0, moderate disability in one area but still fully able to walk. One area grade 3, others 0 or 1, or slight disability in 3 or 4 areas. 3 or 4 areas grade 2, others 0 or 1. 5.0, able to walk about 200 meters without rest or help, but daily activities are affected, e.g. working all day without special precautions. One area grade 5, others 0 or 1, or combination of lower grades but exceeding level 4.0. 10.0, death due to MS. And please don't be shocked right away. The EDSS was first used in 1983 at a time when there were few treatment options for MS, and no disease-modifying treatments. Today, thanks to advances in medicine, neurologists can slow or even halt the progression of the disease so that hardly anyone has to fear for their life because of MS. The focus now is on maintaining a high quality of life for as long as possible. So please don't be afraid. Be encouraged by the advances in medicine over the last few decades that benefit us all today. The future is bright as research continues to advance. Nevertheless, the EDSS is inadequate as it does not capture patient-reported outcomes, known as PRO, and disproportionately weighs walking ability. Yet cognitive abilities are often much more relevant in everyday life, both at work and in private life. If you want to get EDSS explained more clearly, you should look up at the articles about EDSS on MS Trust or on MS Society or any other serious and scientific source. So this was a really short episode, but I think it doesn't make sense to give it a longer one because EDSS is not that important anymore. But still, it is used in clinical trials, and I think most neurologists still use it to get an idea of how MS progresses or doesn't if it stops. So you should be aware what EDSS is and what it measures, but also what it can't measure. And of course, I linked the two mentioned sources for more information on EDSS in the show notes. And by the way, next time it will be again about another DMT, this time about alemtuzumab, known as Lemtrada. So please tune in again. Please tell other people who might be interested in the content of this podcast and rate it wherever you are listening to the podcast. And of course, send me an email if you have some ideas of what I should discuss here in that podcast. And see you next time, and stay as healthy and positive as possible. Bye. Thank you for listening today. I hope you found it helpful. You may also be interested in the previously published episodes and posts, which you can find at ms-perspektive.com/podcast. Perspective with a K. You can also get a free PDF with 11 tips for your positive impact on MS at ms-perspektive.com/newsletter. If you'd like to get in touch, you can reach me at nele@ms-perspektive.com or on social media. See you next time.